Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Cassie recalled her first freak off with Diddy and said it involved a whole lot of freaking. That included drugs, alcohol, and a bunch of baby oil. Cassie said Diddy brought up voyeurism in their first year together, and she was 22 years old when she agreed to her first freak off, telling the jury she agreed because she wanted to make him happy. We'll come back to that. But first, Cassie talked about how the male escort would get down on her and how Diddy would make her use oil on herself and the dude until they were glistening. And he'd go into another room and get on a FaceTime call and watch them do their thing. It gets worse. When they were finished and the dude would ejaculate, she would gather his fluids and rub it on his titty nipple. Men don't have titties, but when you act like, rubbing it on his nipple. Another man's bust on his bust. Good God. Diddy, why didn't you just give that girl that money? Why not just give her the money up front, man? You should have just gave her the money. Better yet, you should have kept your hands to yourself and controlled your urges. This is why I say all the time, fam. See, what's done in the dark will come to light. That's why. If you don't want it to be someday told in a court of law, you probably shouldn't do it. You probably shouldn't do it. Regular sex and, little freaky stuff, freaky here, freaky that, freaky that. Everybody do little freaky stuff, little freaky understanding stuff, cool. But freaky, like rubbing another man's bust on your nipple? It's insane. It's insane. God. But look, fam, I guess it makes sense. They say dude go both ways, so he like what them type of dudes do, you know what I'm saying? They go all kind, all over the place. We didn't need to hear that though. And it's Diddy's fault that it got out. Because number one, all they had to do is not be that type of dude. That's number one. But let's just say he is that type of dude, couldn't help it. You get yourself a woman who is going to keep her business to herself. Whatever that business is, she's going to keep her business to herself. And you take the necessary precautions to make sure your business stays within the walls where that business is conducted. The old, what's in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yeah, man. You gonna do all that, man. You got to be discerning, man. You can't be out there. So now it's out. Boy, when Cassie got that money, see, I can tell you what happened with that money thing. Diddy felt like he knew Cassie. He knew her. He raised her pretty much, right? Been with her since she was 21. Some people say 19, but I believe she said 21, 22. In any event, she was young. So he thought that he had her down pat. I've been in situations where I thought, I had a woman figured out. Thought she ain't going nowhere. I got her figured out. Ooh, next thing you know, boom. Because when a woman's fed up, there ain't nothing you can do about it. When it's time about, no matter how you treat her, she will get fed up someday, one day. And when she does, ain't nothing you can do about it. So he expects something like that. I guess he okay with it getting out. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, it's a relief for Diddy that he ain't got to hide his sexuality no more. He can go ahead on and come out of the closet, and reveal what most people already kind of knew anyway. So he ain't got to keep it a secret anymore. Maybe that's a relief for him. I know it can't be a relief for his kids, because that's got to be hard to sit in that courtroom and hear these type of accusations aimed at your daddy. Somebody who you consider a hero. You could tell how those kids dote over their daddy. They love Diddy for real. They always smiling when they're around him. They seem to be always happy. So he seems like a great father. If he could just stick with the father thing, that part of it, he seems like he was great, but he seemed like he was hell on wheels to their mothers. He really seemed like he hated women. So Cassie is pretty much telling everything. And she is going to continue to tell everything on tomorrow. She is going to continue to reveal their innermost secrets. And it's going to get way worse. So, about this whole making Diddy happy. Do you know how many men who are dead and in jail for a gang of years, who have been to jail for a gang of years because they were taking penitentiary chances trying to make their woman happy? I think we can all agree that that number is in the hundreds of millions, perhaps billions, right? How many do you think were not held accountable? Zero. Because when men do stuff, they're held accountable, and they know they're going to be held accountable. They can't get around, well, I was young. Even if you're 15 and you're messing with a 30-year-old, you go out there, you rob a bank, you kill somebody, you stick up somebody, you do anything criminal, they're going to hold you accountable. So what's the difference? A lot of people are judging Cassie based on her cute face. She's innocent, she just looks so innocent. So a lot of people are giving her a pass. If Cassie was bad built and had tats all over her face and, had a crooked wig or a busted up lace front, y'all know damn well y'all would not be making excuses for her. You'd be saying, oh yeah, man, lock her up too. Oh yeah, that's her karma. I don't trust her. She's lying. Come on, fam. I can tell you this. When I saw that Cassie had already asked for money from Diddy, was trying to settle, and he had been ignoring her, I knew it was a wrap right then. I knew it. Because at that point, she had no choice. She was like, I got to get something out of this. He could have easily made things right with her before moving on. Easily could have made things right. Look, baby, I know I ain't treated you the best, and you deserve the best. And I tried to hold on, and I did some bad things because I was insecure. But I want to do this for you. Set her up real nice, you know. Give her a bag. Didn't have to be 30 million. He could have gave her a meal ticket. You know, 5, whatever. With the kind of bread he got for the type of time she put in, that's fair exchange to me. Take care of the woman. Look after her. Make sure she good. She gave you a whole lot of good times. The only problem was the bad times ran out. You dig what I'm saying? Well, let me back up. The good times ran out. The bad times started outweighing the good times. And the relationship expired. All relationships end by force of choice. So take your bitter with your sweet and realize that's one that got away. But don't literally take a dump on her. Even if she did some things that was messed up, you got the bread, you got the power. Look out for her and keep it moving, man. And he wouldn't even be in this position right now. At least not with her. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.